Good evening. It's time to call the June 25th, 2024 Work County Board of Education meeting to order. First order of business is our Pledge of Allegiance. We have a large crowd here. How about these youngins lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? They don't have to come up. They can do it right there. Or they can come up if they wish. We'll come up here.
All you gotta do is get started and we'll follow. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Good job. Good job.
I have adults that can't do that well. Nice job. Thank you very much. What's your name? Peyton. You get that, Kat?
Peyton Franklin.
Thank you.
We'll put your name in the minutes. Okay, we're down to approval of agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Okay, on the agenda, we have some amounts in our invoices, supplements, transfers. Under routine business personnel, we have a name under number 2, which is number 1, Marie Hedges. Number 3, Sherry Pursley. Number 4, Abigail Honan. Number 6, Daniel Taylor. Number 7, Megan Bunner. Number 8, Roberta Taylor. Number 9, Iris Pursley. And let's see, did I miss anything different? Okay, any questions about the add-ons? Okay, here none. We have a motion to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to recognitions, and we have 2 recognitions tonight, and that's Callie. And Callie is not here, so I'm sure we'll hold her over and do her again when it shows how busy you are. Okay, when 2 times now that we, yeah. Okay, and our second one is Casey McCulty and Mr. McCown.
So Casey is this year's Ward County Service Person of the Year. So in the way that works, each school does their own separate vote, and the bus garage can nominate, maintenance can nominate, but each area nominates their selection, and the school votes on it, and then those winners go on to a second vote countywide, and Casey is the countywide voted service personnel of the year. And have they done a press release yet, Casey, or is it still embargoed? Well, more exciting news about that to follow at a later date when I'm not embargoed with that information. But it is my pleasure to present Casey with this certificate from the board. And he does an outstanding job in all that he does.
You just want to take a picture.
Yeah, Rebecca, can you take a picture? Yeah, please.
You can come up, Susan. You're
Okay, now we'd like to have all of Casey's family come up and his wife. When we get one with the family. I don't want on the front. I don't want him to. It gets Casey is one of those guys, no matter what's going on, you can expect Casey to be there to help, and nothing to do with his job. Anytime there's kids, you'll find Casey there to help. Casey, we notice that, and we appreciate that. Okay, we're down to information this evening. We have a couple of visitors. We have Miss Julie Posey from the Little Kanawha Area Community Foundation, and we have Raleigh Hendershot and her sidekick, Mary. How's that, Mary? That's about right. Okay, and they have a presentation for us.
Hi, everyone. All right, so I brought the big check, as everyone noticed, because one of the big reasons I came here was that your Work County Board of Education, with the help of Callie, is a recipient of a recent grant from the Little Kanawha Area Community Foundation and the Parkersburg Area Community Foundation. But what I wanted to do as part of my conversation this evening was to just give you a quick update about the PACF and the LKHCF in case you are not familiar with us, or in case you just want to know what's new and exciting happening at the foundation. So if you are not familiar with us, we are a nonprofit organization. The Parkersburg Area Community Foundation was founded in 1963 with the goal of building permanent philanthropic resources for the Parkersburg area. Since 1963, things have changed quite a bit, and we have grown our service area to be 11 counties, 10 which is in West Virginia and in Washington County, Ohio. To help us serve those counties even more meaningfully, we have developed affiliates, and so the Little Kanawha Area Community Foundation was founded in 2004 as an affiliate of the PACF to really assist us with the grant making and philanthropic needs in Calhoun, Gilmer, and Wirt counties. So kind of excited though, because if you do the math, that means this year the LKCF is celebrating our 20th anniversary. Yay! So keep an eye on your inbox, because as the Board of Education, you will be getting an invite to an anniversary reception that we're going to be having in early August at Two Runs Community Building, which has been a grantee of the foundation for a number of years now. But what does this mean for Wirt County? What does it mean for the school district specifically? Since its founding, the LKCF and the PACF together have awarded almost $1.2 million in Calhoun, Gilmer, and Wirt counties, collectively, those three. So $1.2 million to the Wirt County Board of Education and its schools. We've been able to award about $45,000. All of the money that we've been able to award is because of generous individuals who have partnered with the foundation to develop philanthropic endowment funds. Each fund is special and unique and tells a special story about the founder of it. So some of the funds that you are familiar with, and you're probably familiar with their founders, was the Robert Lowe Memorial Fund. This is for a student graduating from Wirt County High School who is pursuing a degree in the arts field. But if you know, Mr. Lowe was active with your marching band program for many years. The Nancy Ellen Thomas Memorial, which Riley said, what was that? She was one of your favorite teachers? Yeah. When Miss Thomas passed away, her family started a memorial fund at the foundation that annually it makes a grant to recognize an outstanding Wirt County teacher who is a teacher or aide in the special education department, as well as it allows us to make grants to your special education department to assist with some funding needs. So that's always exciting as well. And then the last one that you probably are really familiar with is Luann Ayers. Her family, when Luann passed away, started a memorial fund with us called the Love Fund. And this fund annually makes grants to support a student pursuing post-secondary education, wanting to get into early childhood education. So those are just a few of the funds that I thought you would probably recognize those names, and I just wanted to raise their flag up because those funds are what makes the grants that we do in our community possible. The grant that I wanted to present to you this evening, I wish she was here to share more about it, but you recently applied through our competitive grant program, which is 2 times a year, And this grant is for a little bit more than $13,000 that's going to be used to buy and to purchase STEM education materials that are available for all of your students. Do you have more information that you want to share on that?
No, I think that's about the long and the short of my understanding. I don't know specifically what STEM equipment they're going to do, but they've done a wide variety of things, and this is just going to enhance what they've already achieved to give students more opportunity.
Yeah. And my understanding, some of the specific equipment will include Legos, because who doesn't love Legos? A couple different specific STEM kits that are designed to expand upon the STEM education programs. And then there's a 3D printer as well that's going to be made available. So that grant, we're excited, is made possible by a fund that's actually part of the PACF. It's called the Virginia Hackett Fund for Education. And so we're excited that her fund that she created with our foundation many, many years ago is able to support your school district and to be able to provide this funding for your young people. So I wanted to just thank you for letting me come tonight to share that with you. He has the important check. And then, do we want to grab a photo?
Yes.
Okay. And I didn't introduce, this is Mary Hendershot and Riley Hendershot. They are our newest members of our local advisory board. Dan Metzi's also on our advisory board, but he abstained from voting in any way on this grant. But he did have good words about your group.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you.
It's always good to get free money. Okay, so you are welcome to stay, but you will not offend us if you don't.
If I won't offend you, we're gonna go. Thank you all.
We
completely
we're used to that, okay?
Did you need us to sign in or anything?
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we have no delegation statements, so we're down to our agenda. Need a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Any corrections, comments, concerns on the minutes? Okay, here none. We have a motion to approve the June 11th, 2024 regular meeting minutes. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, down to payment of invoices. Need a motion to approve payment of invoices in the amount of $44,199.06.
So moved.
Mr. McKeon.
Okay, we have one batch of expenditures for your consideration this evening, and that is ran on 6/25/2024 and totals $44,199.06. Noteworthy in this is Curriculum Associates, $4,000 for staff development, Mountain State Educational Service, and $7,213.05 training to certify new bus drivers. We have dental equipment for the Wellness Center, $2,817.76, and the UMR Dental Vision, $5,000 for insurance. And this run of expenditures total $44,199.06.
Any questions, comments? Here none. We have a motion to approve the payment of invoices amount of $44,199.06. All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. I need a motion to approve budget supplements in the amount of $123,697.40.
So moved.
Mr. McMillan.
So we're getting near the end of our fiscal year. The State Department is getting near the end of their fiscal year, and so some more supplements are on here. And Mrs. Cummings shared with me today that additional supplements are going to be coming through the end of the week to be ready for those. So for your consideration tonight, in the amount of $10,780.40, we have a WBDE classroom activities incentive bonus. In the amount of $90,000, we have value of donated foods from the Department of Agriculture received. In the amount of $10,800, we have a WBDE grant for the Invest Conference training in Charleston. In the amount of $4,449, we have a special ed grant CPI training. In the amount of $200, National Board Teacher for Mrs. Gano grant supplies. In the amount of $2,668, IDEA Special Education Grant for Assistive Technology. In the amount of $4,800, Child Nutrition Additional State Revenue. All these supplements total $123,697.40.
Any questions, comments? Anything else we need to know, Ms. Cummings? Okay, we have a motion to approve budget supplements in the amount of $123,697.40. All in favor say aye. Aye, opposed say nay. Ayes have it. We're done budget transfers. We need a motion to approve budget transfers in the amount of $211,000. Yeah, I'll get it here. $211,404.
So moved.
That time. Ms. McCown.
Okay, so as we near the end of the fiscal year, we do have some budget transfers that we need to make. So first of these, in the amount of $52,587.72. This is ESSER transfer for aides in summer school. In the amount of $39,000, $668.10, a Title I transfer for supplies and supplements. In the amount of $629,000.18, a Title II transfer for software and stipends. In the amount of $14,230, McKinney-Vento transfer for supplies and travel. In the amount of $11,283.32, rural low-income transfer for software. In the amount of $42,874.25, special ed transfer for services and salaries. In the amount of $22,877.64, Project Aware transfer for travel, supplies, and stipends. In the amount of $11,074 of vocational transfer for supplies and travel. In the amount of $1,605.71, Step 7D transfer for subs and staff development. In the amount of $2,700.07, Alt Ed transfer for services and supplies. And finally, in the amount of $11,870.05, Title I improvement for subs and staff development. All these transfers total $211,400.04.
Any questions, comments? Hearing none, we have a motion to approve the budget transfers in the amount of $211,400.04. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. For some reason that just wouldn't roll off my tongue. Okay, we're down to personnel. First one is resignations, leave of absences, and we need a motion to approve the resignation of Marie Hedges as school counselor, Ward County Primary Center, effective immediately.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So I was about to happily tell you that at the end of the board meeting this evening, the primary center would be fully staffed, but then this letter comes along. This is the lady that we just hired into the primary center counselor position. She has taken a job elsewhere and is asking for us to tender her resignation. Her letter is in your packet, so pending board approval of her letter, we'll get this back up and posted and hopefully filled in July.
Any questions, comments? I'm assuming that Mrs. Dunkel will go ahead and move though.
Yes, that's already a done deal.
Okay, hearing no questions, we have a motion to approve Maria Hedges' resignation as school counselor for Worth County Primary Center effective immediately. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, down to under employment, number 1. Need a motion to approve Kelly Doherty, part-time Worth County Middle School positive behavior intervention supports effective for 24-25 school year.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So this was posted, and Callie, having moved to the middle school, was the successful bidder on this extracurricular contract.
Any questions? Here are none. We have a motion to approve Callie Doherty as part-time Worth County Middle School positive behavior intervention support effective for the 24-25 school year. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. I need a motion to approve Herb Tony as head football coach, Worth County Middle School, pending the completion of the certification.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So Herbie has coached in various other capacities for us before, so excited that he was willing to take on the middle school football head coach. So happy to bring him to you for your consideration tonight.
Any questions? Here are none. We have a motion to approve Herb Tony as head football coach, Worth County Middle School, pending completion of the certification. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Need a motion to approve Sherry Pursley as special education teacher itinerant, predominantly at Worth County Worth County Primary Center, effective for 24-25 school year.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So I'm happy to bring a fully certified and experienced special education teacher to you. She had been a teacher at Gilmore Elementary and Jackson County Schools, and I think some rev transfers were going on there, and she put in a bid with us. So she is certified in about every flavor of special education that one can be, and a good and experienced teacher. So very happy to bring her to you tonight.
Any questions? Here are none. We have a motion to approve Sherry Pursley as special education teacher itinerant predominantly at Worth County Primary Center, effective for 24-25 school year. All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. I need a motion to approve Abigail Homan as 4th grade teacher, Worth County Primary Center, effective for the 24-25 school year.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
Sorry about that. So the selection committee did interviews for the 4th grade position as well, and this is a very young teacher in Wood County that was affected by RIF transfer this year, and I asked my friends in Wood County about this young lady, and they just about shed some tears that she was coming to work for us. So she is very well lauded with Wood County Schools. They are sad to see her go. But I'm very happy to bring her to you for your consideration tonight, and I think she will be an excellent addition to the 4th grade team.
Yeah, I know Abigail. I think she'll do some good job. Okay, we have a motion to approve Abigail Holman as 4th grade teacher, Worth County Primary Center, effective for 24-25 school year. All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. We're down to number 5. Need a motion to approve Melissa Pursley as bus operator, effective for 24-25 school year.
So moved.
So she has been through all of the training and successfully met all of those requirements, and is the successful bidder on this posted bus driver position. So happy to bring her to you tonight.
Any questions? Here are none. We have a motion to approve Melissa Pursley as bus operator, effective for 24-25 school year. All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we need a motion to approve Danielle Taylor as principal for Worth County Primary Center, effective July 1, 2024.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So we had 8 applicants for that position. We interviewed 8, and there were some very well-qualified folks, but Danielle Taylor was the successful candidate for that position, and she is currently the assistant principal at Franklin Elementary and Wood County Schools.
Questions, comments? Here none, we have a motion to approve Danielle Taylor, principal, Worth County Primary Center, effective July 1, 2024. All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to number 7. Need a motion to approve Megan Bunner as assistant varsity cheerleading coach, Worth County High School, pending completion of certification.
So moved.
Mr. Kemp?
So the high school selection committee brought this name to me to fill this vacant coaching position, and her application is in your packet. Any questions?
Okay, she is not certified as of yet. though.
I think she is still waiting for her Form 39 WBDE to be processed.
Okay, so she won't be there until that happens. Okay, any other questions? Here none. We have a motion to approve Megan Bunner as assistant varsity cheerleading coach, Worth County High School, pending completion of certification. All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Need a motion to approve Roberta Taylor as cook 3 at the Primary Center Middle School, effective for the 24-25 school year.
So moved.
Mr. McHale.
They've met all of the testing requirements to be a substitute custodian, and we're happy to get another substitute custodian on the list.
Any questions?
Wait, was that Roberta taken out of all?
That is Iris Persley, substitute custodian.
Okay. We're on 8.
We're on 8.
We're on 8.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I need to get my bifocals
We're
focused
on
in. I
Roberta.
apologize. So Roberta Taylor was one of the 2 cook positions that we riffed, and she was the successful bidder with the most seniority for this vacancy here. And if we have another resignation or somebody, we've got another rift cook out there that is in the works if a vacancy becomes available. But I'm happy to bring Roberta back on to her cook position.
Good. Any questions? Here none. We have a motion to approve Roberta Taylor's cook 3, Worth County Primary Center, Worth County Middle School, effective for 24-25 school year. All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Now we're down to Iris. Okay, need a motion to approve Iris Persley as substitute custodian, effective for the 24-25 school year.
So moved.
Mr. McHale.
So, yeah, that is in your packet, and I apologize. So this is one that returned. They had already been on the sub list. They had returned the letter of interest, and we missed it when we brought that list back to you previously. So we are adding this on the substitute list for next year.
Any questions?
So
Here.
she marked aide and cook as well. She's already on those lists, or?
I believe that that they're certified in all of those.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
You good?
Yep, sorry.
No, you're fine. I didn't want to go on until you were good. Okay, we have a motion to approve Iris Persley, substitute custodian, effective for 24-25 school year. All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to contracted services. I'm going to take each one of these separately because they truly are separate. It's not like sometimes, we get, they're lumped together. These are separate. Okay, so I need a motion to approve Michelle Santer as occupational therapist.
So moved.
Mr. McCown.
So I will just say in general of all of these, that all of these, with the exception of the virtual school psychologist, we have utilized these folks before. If you recall, here recently at the end of this year, we brought on some additional school psychology services because the gentleman that we traditionally used had fallen on ill health. But with the exception of the last one, all of these services are the same folks that we have used in years past.
Okay, any questions? Okay, we have a motion to approve Michelle Santer as occupational therapist. All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Need a motion to approve Amy Isley as physical therapist.
So moved.
And we'll move on in this or something.
Yep,
you want to say.
I'm good.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, we have a motion to approve Amy Isley as physical therapist. All in favor say aye. Aye, opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Need a motion to approve Dalton 1, 3 Vision Services for visually impaired orientation and mobility services.
So moved.
Any questions? Here none, we have a motion to approve Dalton 1, 3 Vision Services, visually impaired orientation and mobility services. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Need a motion to approve Dina Swain, special education specialist.
So moved.
Any questions? We have a motion to approve Dina Swain as special education specialist. All in favor say aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. I need a motion to approve Best of Life Therapy, speech therapy services.
So moved.
Any questions? Here none, we have a motion to approve Best of Life Therapy, speech therapy services. All in favor say aye. Aye, opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we need a motion to approve Best of Life Therapy, audiology services.
So moved.
Questions? Here none, we have a motion to approve Best of Life Therapy, audiology services. All in favor say aye. Aye, opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Number 7, need a motion to approve Best of Life Therapy, deaf and hard of hearing services.
So moved.
Any questions? Hear none. We have a motion to approve Best of Life Therapy, deaf and hard of hearing services. All in favor say aye. Aye, opposed say nay. Ayes have it. And number 8, need a motion to approve Solian Virtual School Psychologist Services.
So moved.
Anything you want to add?
So this is somebody that we contracted with near the end of last year to help us meet our timelines for special education testing. We would like to continue forward with them to use as needed for the next year. That's why I'm bringing it back to you.
Any questions? Hear none. We have a motion to approve Solium Virtual School Psychologist Services. All in favor say aye. Aye, opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, down to policies. This one's going out, right?
Yes.
Okay, need a motion to put out on 30-day comment, AUP, electronic resources, technologies, and the internet.
So moved.
Okay, so we'll go out to 30 days.
Yeah, so
Go
the
ahead.
state has changed their policy for acceptable use to encompass things like artificial intelligence, which the old one did not. And we just needed to update ours to match what the new state policy for technology use says. And it's fairly long and encompasses a good bit, but all of that policy puts in place the rules that students and staff members agree to adhere by if they're going to be on the school network and use school technology. William, did you do work on this? Do you want to say anything?
It's just a slight bit. Mr. McCallum's pretty much covered it. It's, Ms. Darby and Teresa done most of the work on this, so it would be, but the artificial intelligence is the main one. The technology just keeps advancing and advancing, so we need rules to make sure we protect it. That's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Thank you, William. Okay, so we have policy on is there a number on that?
It is replaced, it will be the new J08.
J.
This is going to be replacing the current J08.
Okay. So policy J08, AUP, electronic resources, technologies, and the internet will be put out for 30-day comment. All in favor say aye. Aye, opposed say nay. Ayes have it. I need a motion to put J-14 school missions revisions out for 30-day comment.
So moved.
Mr. McCallum.
So the state has changed, if you look on page 3, section 8, the entrance page is the only section that we need to revise. In the old policy and then the old state policy, the entrance age dates were all September 1st. The state has changed those to July 1st. So I'll just read that for the studio audience out there. Again, this used to say September 1st, but it now says pupils would be admitted to the first grade of school at the beginning of the school term or session who have reached their 6th birthday on or before July 1st of that year. Pupils entering kindergarten must be 5 years of age before July 1st of that school year, and pupils entering pre-kindergarten must be 4 years of age before July 1st, or be an eligible 3-year-old according to an IEP. So, again, those dates have changed from September 1st to now, and the updated policy going out on comment to July 1st.
Any questions, comments? Here none, we have policy J-14, school mission revisions, to go out for a 30-day comment period. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. We have a policy number on the algebra 3.
Well, it's just accepting the standards. It's not.
Okay.
It's just accepting these as our county standards for algebra 3.
Okay. Need a motion to accept the standards for algebra 3.
So moved.
Commissioner McKenna.
So there are no adopted state standards for the Algebra 3 course. So I think that we have got this lined up as a dual credit with WVU and WVUP's college algebra. For our individual credit, it's Algebra 3, and then they get credit for the college algebra class. Since the state doesn't provide standards, we're required to come and adopt our own standards for that. And I'm not going to read all of these to you, but it's linear equations, quadratics, all the way down to functions and properties, and partial fraction decomposition. So a lot of fun stuff if you're a math person. But we don't, since there's no state standards, we had to come back and provide board-approved local standards for this course. And I thank Carla Brown for putting this together.
Do we have any questions on the Algebra 3 standards? Here none. We have a motion to approve the Algebra 3 standards for Worth County Schools. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, we're down to board members' compensation. I'm going to make a motion so we can get this on the table so we can discuss it, okay? Well, first of all, I'm going to make the motion that we rescind the action of what was the last board meeting?
11.
July 11th, dealing with board member compensation, and board member compensation will remain at $160 per meeting. Okay? Karen, am I good on that? Yeah? So that will be my motion. Kathy, did you get that? So I made the motion, so now we can discuss it. Okay, I was at a training this past weekend, okay, and this was one of the things that they talked about a lot. And what we did in good faith, okay, turns out that it is, I don't want to say illegal, it's unethical, because the Ethics Commission ruled that we cannot vote ourselves to raise while we're in office, okay? So anyone that might be able to vote on this will be Randa because she's going out of office, but that's questionable too, okay? So anyway, they give three options, okay? It stays at the 160, which that's where we're going to go to if we pass this motion. Or once we pass this motion, go back to 160, we come back with another motion saying that the two people that come on board next week, which is myself and whoever else, okay, at that time, their pay can go to the 260, okay, and it takes a vote of this board. I have to refrain from that vote because of me voting myself a raise, but you guys could do that. So, starting the first meeting in July, myself and that other person would get 260. You guys, everybody else on the board would still be 160, okay? Until your term rolls over 2 years from now, in 2026, then yours will go to 260 also. Okay, because then you will be out of office, you might be back in office if you run, okay? Or, the cleanest thing to do, okay, is that we make, after we take care of what we did before, we make a motion that beginning July 1, 2028, all board members will go to 260. And that means then all of us, it might be us still,
Right.
but it's a new term. And that seems to be what boards are doing. There are, I know there's some boards that meet in that were talking about, they were going to split and do the 2-2. But, I think the cleanest, the best way to do it, is to go to the 260 in July 1, 2028.
So in that case, we wouldn't be voting ourselves a raise necessarily, because we don't know who's gonna be on the board in
That's correct.
July
Yeah.
2028. Okay,
That's correct.
that makes sense.
And I referred to Mrs. Cummings because I know she looked at this some. Did you hear anything I said that was improper?
I think we did the schedule where we discussed the.
Yes.
The board member raises, that was at our budget meeting there at the end of May. Not,
Was that when we did that?
yeah, whenever I had to do the budget and all the salary schedules, that's when we discussed that.
Yeah, it was on the salary schedule, so
Yeah.
we need to wipe it out of that motion we did. We need to rescind that motion, which is the motion we're under right now. I gave the wrong date for that, Karen?
Yes, you stated at the
I
June
did.
meeting, but it's actually May.
Yeah, yeah.
The May
So it's,
meeting.
what was, anybody remember what the May meeting was?
28. May 28th.
28. So that motion, the motion we're working on right now, it'll change to 28, okay? Then we'll wipe that, we're gonna rescind the board action on the salary schedules for board members, and it'll stay at 160. That's the motion
Can we
we're.
update a policy too, though, to say whatever the state
So with
allowance
that,
was?
we had included that in the extracurricular salary schedule, but I had sent all of you the guidance from Rick Boothby, Bowles and Rice, and he said, really, we need to update our board policy with that, to put that in a board policy, and we do not have a current board policy that encompasses board member compensation.
Yeah, I think we could probably stick it into, I was looking, we could stick it into the board administration.
So we could go back and add that, and I think the cleanest thing to do, instead of putting just a dollar amount, is put whatever the maximum allowable by code.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. So then if they go back and they change it again, we won't have to.
We actually have two things happening here though. First thing is we've got to rescind our action.
Yeah.
Okay? And then we can make a motion to start in July 1st, 2028, that board member pay will be at the state maximum. And that'll be placed within the administrative policy for board meetings. Okay? That's where we need to end up, but right now, we've got to undo our unethical action.
Let's get it taken care of, let's discuss
And
it.
then we'll come back and make another motion.
And just,
We
and
gotta
just
get-
to comment on that, I mean,
Yes.
the ethics opinion came out after that
Yes.
salary schedule was prepared.
It
So,
sure did. Like
so
the
this
next
is,
day.
this is just to clean up what we did do, because there has since been other decisions after we did that that they're now saying that what we did was not proper.
So again, just to clarify that with the studio audience, we did this, and then the ruling from the ethics came out that, well, you shouldn't have done that. So not that the board knowingly did anything improper.
Yeah, I think this next step.
I'm still not sure that we did anything improper,
Yeah,
because
we
we
did.
voted on this, 100 years ago. This was brought to a vote years ago, and so somewhere, they changed the law on that. Because we
Okay.
did vote ourselves raise 100 years ago. That was a long time
To
ago.
160.
Correct.
Right, yeah.
So it was a past practice in a way.
Yeah, and I would say back then, and I don't remember, that was back,
100 years ago.
yeah,
It's been since I've been here.
yeah.
And I argued
I
that.
don't think anybody challenged that to the ethics. I don't think the Ethics Commission was actually even in existence at that time.
Okay.
So that's why that happened. But what we did when we, in good faith, okay, what we did was voted ourselves a raise. And the Ethics Commission at this time has ruled unequivocally that we can't do that. So we need to go back, clean that up, and then we'll come back and figure out what we want to do.
No, Congress always vote themselves raising.
Yeah, that's Congress.
Okay, now what about the budget? Is that, I mean, right there it is on the budget. Do you have to somehow rescind the budget?
No, we're just rescinding that one piece on the
Salaries.
salary schedule.
Okay, all right, I just want to make sure.
Because we actually voted on, there's an actual vote on the salary schedule,
Uh-huh.
okay? It was actually a motion on the agenda, so we're just gonna rescind that one piece of it. And if that is not good enough, then somebody will tell us what we do to make it good enough. But my understanding, that's good enough.
That's
Is that
my
your
understanding.
understanding, Karen?
Yeah, I
Yes.
believe so.
Yeah. This is a conversation most boards in the state are having because everybody did the same thing we did.
Yeah.
Because there was no guidance until after that. Yeah. Okay, so we have a motion. Kathy, can you read that back to me, please?
Mr. Messing, the motion to rescind board action on the salary schedule for board members' compensation to remain at 160 instead of the 260 for board meetings, excuse me, for board meetings.
Did you want to put the date on there, rescinding?
Oh, yeah, you did, but yeah, I do have that, the May 28th, at the May 28th board meeting, I've got that down.
Okay, you got that, okay. Because I got 7-Eleven there, so.
Okay, any other questions? You guys, you're good with what I'm about to do, you're good with that, okay. Okay, well, no other questions, all in favor say aye. Aye, opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay, so we're ethical again now. I don't want to use the word illegal because I'm not sure. It was unethical. Okay, so now I would like to make a motion that we place within our board administrative policy a statement that says that board members will be paid maximum allowed by West Virginia Code starting at July 1, 2028. Is there a better way to say that? Starting is probably not the word that we want to use. To go with effective, yeah. Effective July 1, 2028.
So then,
You made the motion.
oh,
Yeah, I made the motion.
oh, okay.
Any questions about that? Yeah, we could split that to that other way, but I just think this one makes it dirty. And, two board members will be making double on this one. That looks very ridiculous.
So this is just for one time, that's 2028. If it comes up later on, then it have to.
It'll go, because of the motion we're making here, it'll.
So
just
if
go-
the state raises it at a future date, by us wording it the maximum allowed by state code, we won't have to mess with this again. It'll
Okay,
just
but
change.
by stating 2028, does that stay with that date?
Yes.
No, I'm saying in the future, if we
Well,
say.
it will go into effect and start July 1, 2028, but then be into effect
Okay,
thereafter.
so we better make sure we say starting in 2028.
But it does sound like we could run into this again if they raise it and then say it has to start with your new term, where we would again be in the position where some folks would be at a higher amount.
way it was explained, and the attorneys were saying is that if we have it in our policy saying that after that date, after July 1, 2028, that whatever the, state maximum is, that's what the board will give, will be okay, because the people then won't be voting on it.
Oh,
We're
okay.
voting.
It's actually the state allowed.
Yeah,
So if
what
our
we
policy-
did, if we would have done what we did in this last back before the legislators did it, if we'd have had that in our policy before, and some boards have that in their policy,
Okay.
and they're okay, but we didn't, okay? But after July 1, 2028, those boards won't vote on it, it just automatically
Okay.
happens, because we're doing it here.
Okay.
So, and the legislature could have changed the
Yes.
word may to the
To
word
shall.
shall and saved everybody thousands of dollars in legal fees.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's any,
I just got one question here. I wrote it down. Oh, about the training hours. Somebody mentioned something about finally getting paid for training hours. How's that, is that affected by this?
my understanding, and these guys, I know, have paid as much attention to it as I have. My understanding is that part of the code is still there and still valid.
Okay.
It's
We're gonna be
going to be-
required more
You agree
hours.
with that?
I agree, but.
No, we're only required 7. That was affected.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so it is still 7 hours.
And I think there's a provision in there, if you don't get your 7 hours,
You can't get paid.
you don't get paid until you get your 7 hours.
Karen, would you agree with me that they're still paying for up to 2 trainings, I think it was?
I was trying to look to see if we had.
Yeah,
any.
what they were saying, what Bowles Rice was saying over the weekend is that is still valid. But Mark, we'll find out.
Yeah, that's the note that I made,
Yeah.
paid up to 2 trains.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll find that out. And, if it's different, somebody will let me know.
Okay.
My understanding is that that's still valid. Okay, Kathy, you wanna read that back to me?
Sure. To place in the board administrative policy that board compensation will be paid a maximum amount per state code effective July 1, 2028.
Very good. Yeah, we don't need to put 260 there, the
That
amount,
is-
because it might change
Okay.
again.
That was all.
Right.
Would the new board members not meet on 2026?
No, because my group's still in office.
But your group starts over July 1.
Yeah, but we're in office, so we could do that, and those 3 people didn't get it, but the 2 people, whoever takes Randy's seat and me, we're in office, so we can't get the raise. Same, because we're in office, we can't vote ourselves that raise. They can, because they're going out of office, but we can't.
Yeah, it would be
That's my
effectively,
understanding.
board members that are going back on for a new term would be under the same caveat. Essentially, if they made it 2026, they'd be voting themselves a raise, so that's going to be in their next term.
Place right now.
Unless they're doing that.
Not-
Yeah, I had to work on that, I had to get my head wrapped.
I guess not.
And I asked that, I'm sorry,
Sorry.
I asked that question 3 or 4 times, and it is, if you want it clean, it's July 1, 2028.
I see what she was saying, it's like,
Yeah.
we said it was 26th to 28th, it would be the same statement except for the 26th. Would we be voting on it for the state? Okay, that, the higher amount?
You'd be voting yourself a raise. See, right now, you guys are in office with a 3-year term.
Right.
Or 4-year term, but, okay, still have, and we're in office, so if we voted right now, okay, to do it, it doesn't, you guys don't go out of office till 2026, okay? But I'm still in office until 2028. See, my next term ends at 2028, so that means that we can't vote, I can't vote to that because I'm still in office, but then I go out of office in 2028, so everybody's new. Yeah. Or it could be new, it could be the same thing. You're still not voting, are you?
I don't know.
Yeah, that is absolutely for sure what the, because I was saying way.
Because
Karen, it's-
technically, I
Go
mean,
ahead.
you're taking a vote on something that's beginning July 1. It could have been that you're not sitting July 1. It just so happens that you are, but the new term begins July 1.
Yeah.
That position and that position,
Right.
and this is done prior to that.
Yeah, I think if none of us, if the two people coming up, okay, none of us got reelected, I think the conversation would be a different conversation.
I mean, if I.
These
could
guys
vote
couldn't
myself,
approve
I
it
could do
because they're in office, okay, already.
Yeah.
And the office, anybody on this board right now will not, it will not be a clean board until July 1, 2028. That's when I go out of office, and whoever takes in, that's, so at that time, the board then is new. Nobody voted for a raise that will come in on 2028. Yeah. Okay, Kathy read it. If we're wrong again, we'll come back and clean it up again. So, with the motion that Kathy read, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say nay. Ayes have it. Okay. So I think we're clean now. We'll need to get that into policy and bring that
I'll
back.
bring that back to the first regular board meeting in July.
Okay, so at this time, I will entertain a motion to enter into executive session to look at